Hi, my name is Ben Harland, and today I will be presenting to you my website that I created for the WEB-233 JavaScript final. I made a Blueberry Store website. Has 6 main pages: the home page, products page, contact page, about page, cart page, and linked to the cart page when you click the submit button, it sends you to the confirmation page. And I'm going to display them in order of development, which is actually not the order that I displayed here. Should have thought of that, but I didn't. Okay, so starting with the home page, took the page style from an older project from another class. That class was Web 180, I think. Web 101. That would make more sense. Um, where for the final I had to make this page. So I just copied it because why reuse or why retype old code? The page looks like this, or the home page looks like this. You've got the logo at the top there, consistent across all pages. This header up here, everything from here to here is consistent across all pages. This is a slideshow that I made using the Slick plugin. You recommended the Splide plugin, but I really could not get it to work, so I found an easier one to use. In my code, I have a lot of just like an absurd amount of JavaScript files. That's because I decided to make a different JavaScript file for the major functions so that you don't have to execute all of the functions at once. It should make the pages faster. For this one, I use jQuery UI, jQuery, in general. The Slick plugin, I used a script JavaScript thing that I wrote. It's just for the banner. And then pagewarp.js, which is consistent across all the pages, which is just controls the header up here. It's got text here, different image elements all around. The whole page and across all the pages are inside that wrapper file or wrapper class. Wrapper class right here. I was required to do that in my last class, so I thought it looked fine. I kept it. That is in the CSS right here. CSS is consistent across all of them because that way your style is the same. And the wrapper class is just this. Or the wrapper ID, I guess. It's got a shadow. It's got colors. You know how it is. Product page. You'll see that here. It's not the prettiest looking page, but I'm not super good at graphics design. All the products, super overpriced, like $800 for 4 blueberries with 3 leaves, or $9,000 for a bunch of blueberries. $45 for a blueberry muffin. As it says at the top, inflation hitting hard. This says it's in 2021. That's because that's when I first made this page, but we'll suspend our disbelief and pretend that 2021 prices were like this because it wasn't too terribly far off. $438,000 for a fancy blueberry cake. It's got buttons from jQuery UI. I did pick a really ugly theme. It wasn't necessarily on purpose, but again, I'm not a graphics design major. I'm a computer science major. I'll leave the design up to the graphics design people. These buttons, when you click them, they pop up an element here, an alert that says item added to cart. I really had trouble with the pop-up text box or the dialog box from jQuery UI. They just really did not want to work for me. So alerts were my friend. You got like blueberry Greek yogurt, which is actually negative $10 because we'll pay you to so that we don't have to have blueberry Greek yogurt, because Greek yogurt, I don't know how you feel about it, but it's pretty nasty. So we'll just add a few things to the cart here so that you can see them pop up in the cart later. Cart mechanics were pretty difficult for me to make. This was give cart, so into web storage here, and then all the click buttons went here with the IDs that came directly from the products page, which is some really ugly code, but you can kind of tell. It's fairly easy to tell what's going on in the code, at least. Maybe. For the most, we'll call it easy. So it pulls. This is the wrong JavaScript. I'm looking for give cart. It's very convoluted. I had to keep it all in the source file because otherwise they didn't work. And that was going to be a problem. So we've got cart storage is local storage user cart. You can see the code here. Cart number, cart object. I basically followed what the video you made said. Next page is the cart page. The cart page is my weakest page because this is so beyond what my works for my head. But the total is 800 minus 10 plus 45 plus 1570. I couldn't figure out how to separate these numbers from this stuff, and whenever I tried, everything would break, and it was a huge problem. It was in getCart.js. So I just gutted the code, and I figure at least it works this way. At least I have functioning code. So clear cart, that works. Clear cart again, whatever. Checkout. You need something in your cart to check out. So you got to go back to products. You got to throw some things back in the cart. We go back to the cart. We click checkout. It says thank you for your purchase. Waits about 5 seconds. And then it sends you back to the home screen, which I thought was nice. And that's, of course, the confirmation window that I made. Again, cart page, really my weakest page over all the pages. But I did try. The about page took a while to make. So I'll just go over the contents of the about page, because I did write it out. It took me like an hour. I'm not super creative, I guess. So 1570, the ancestors of the company were selling blueberries that they picked from blueberry trees that definitely existed back then. We created the blueberry bush, which anti-blueberry store revisionist historians said always existed, and we actually made them. Ancestor named Bush Johnson. 350 years later, 1920, B.B. Johnson, short for Blueberry, founded the first blueberry store. Most profitable business ever. Too humble B.B. Johnson was to accept that title, so he hid it under years of conspiracy. Greatest operation ever. Frank Johnson, his son, creates the branch company, which was Minute Maid, because he liked lemons. We're mostly about blueberries, but he liked lemons, so he opened Minute Maid. And yes, on an outer note, I did Google all these are all real facts. This happened in the real, except for the blueberry part. That was me. I'm saying that we also founded Burger King, McDonald's, Domino's, Walmart, Intel, Microsoft, Apple, Dell, and Google, and also part of the Illuminati over here, which was created in the 1600s by Barvarius Flavorus Johnson, after inventing the light bulb, which he illuminated. And Isaac Newton found that it's a weird history that I made up, but I made it up, and I feel pretty cool about it. Last page. Contact page. This was the most difficult page by far. All looks very simple. These two buttons just refused to work for the longest time. Submit button works now, so you gotta actually put in a name. You gotta put in an email at the dot bleh. Has to be under that format. I think this one has to be 3 letters. I'm not sure. Might as well be safe. Address, we're gonna just that. Zip needs to be 5 numbers. Subject has to have something. Message has to have something. As I said, the dialog boxes just refused to work, and I spent so long on this page, so I just took an L on the dialog boxes and just left them how they are. Submit button. Well, it did work previously. I guess it's broken now. Clear button also did work previously. I guess it's broken now. That's unfortunate. Okay. Well, yeah, it took a really long time. JavaScript. Okay, let me explain to you what the issue was with this JavaScript. So it was in contact page.js. I did remove the thing. I don't know. So it was actually just here. I had, what did I have? It was a thing to control the title boxes here that I was supposed to put in, and I did put that in, and then I declared them here, and as it turns out, that just invalidated everything under document.ready for some reason. Not sure why, but when I removed it, it started working. Granted, it took me a good 5 hours to figure that out, but, very difficult. I will link the video here when I turn in the project. But that is all of my presentation on my web page that I spent so many hours on, only to have a product that turned out like this.